bonsai professionals.
Oh, well, there you go. You're safe.
So there's no, no AI is going to be producing bonsai.
Gary.
Hello, Huge.
Hey, we're back.
We are back.
And that's it.
What's this topic we've got here?
AI.
AI, eh? Ooh,
Yeah, it's not just coming. It's already here.
Yeah, it's here.
It's here.
It didn't just come round the back door. It come all his mates in through the front door. They just kicked the door in. It's like a SWAT team. Just descended on us, didn't it?
But who's going to survive all this? Which jobs are going to be
say,
still around and
about.
which ones are out?
Well, some jobs are just going to die.
It's already happening, but I completely agree.
I did something a few years ago. I wrote a system to automatically do costings for animal transport. But someone was doing that. That was their job for the day. But this was... Let's just pull in data out of database on demand.
Yep.
And obviously, the AI part was it could actually learn from itself, so it could actually start building up scenarios, etc. But anyway, yeah, that person was straight out of a job just like that. I've got a job which is putting people out of work. And that was before we started this AI.
Yeah.
I'm talking back in 2006 or whatever.
Bloody hell.
But yeah, so a long time ago.
Yeah, we're saying that AI is already here and it's only increasing in speed. So what jobs are we going to be losing in... Look, and we're talking, this is 2026, so we're only talking from 26 to 2030. So we're only in the next 4 years. What jobs are likely to be gone, baby, gone?
Look, anything I could say, it'd probably be by 2030. I would imagine actually the reality is it'll just be gone next year. AI is just marching on so much faster than... than I can get my head around.
Yeah, it's building up speed. It's not just tracking at a level pace.
It's like on a logarithmic scale, isn't it?
Yeah.
However, I'm pretty sure I've read some statistics in Victoria, which is predicting 13% of jobs will disappear by 2030.
13%?
Yeah. Now, that's 13% of jobs, but how many people work in those jobs? So I don't know if in those 13% of jobs, was it 13% of people who are going to be unemployed, or is it 13% of the current jobs will no longer be jobs because it'll be taken over by AI, and those 26 people that happen to work in those 13% of the jobs. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what the actual numbers are. How many people work in those jobs? How many people can be unemployed? Because when we look at unemployment, we're looking at the actual number of people, not the number of jobs that have gone. Do you know what I mean? Unless you could say one job is one person, but we know that's not the case because there's some jobs that you've got 3 people working it because it's a shift job.
Yeah.
Taxi driving's another one, isn't it? They have 2 drivers going on.
Yeah, because you've got a rotating shift.
Yeah.
Okay, but in general terms, from what I can foresee, it's that it'll be mainly white-collar jobs, not blue-collar jobs.
Yes, yeah. The safest jobs are going to be the creative jobs. For example, the bonsai professionals.
Oh, well, there you go. You're safe.
Yeah. Right. So there's no, no AI is going to be producing bonsai. Skilled jobs. Plumbers and electricians are still going to need them. AI is not going to be... Anytime soon, is not going to be doing the work of an electrician or a plumber or those sort of jobs.
Basically, all manual labour jobs, and we're talking, concreters, chippies, anything that's going to be hands-on, getting dirty, getting down in the mud, those sorts of jobs are going to be hard to replace by AI.
Yeah. Even if you said, AI plus robotics can do a load of these jobs, lay bricks, etc. I mean, you've seen some of these bricklaying machines. They're great. And I've seen how some of these incredible robots that can walk across battlefields, etc.
Oh, yeah.
Just take a step back and fall over, and they're completely useless.
Yeah.
It's going to need someone there to stand them all back up again, one way or another. Yeah. Or you're not going to bother. It's just too expensive. So you just actually hire a person there to set the machinery up, and it can just go back, whiz back and forth, laying the bricks. So those sort of things, they're still going to be around.
Basically, trades, skilled trades, like you said, plumbers, electricians. Yeah. AI can't physically do that work yet, but that's changing. That's coming.
Robotics,
yeah. Healthcare workers, well, it depends on which healthcare worker you're talking about.
Let's face it, telehealth doesn't need it because telehealth might as well be just online and have an AI
Yep.
Doctor talking to you or nurse talking
That's
to you.
right.
That's all that,
That's right.
all that needs.
Cybersecurity specialists. Well, in my mind, would I trust AI to be in charge of my cybersecurity?
Well, this is it. So those jobs, are you going to trust someone else, trust another person, like me or something, to become a cyber security expert, to keep an eye on AI?
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking Skynet. I can't get Skynet out of my
Exactly.
mind,
Yeah. Terminator.
Yeah. Robocop.
That's right. But the other thing is, people that create new jobs, like entrepreneurs that think up something new to create.
Yeah.
I think that's out of the league of AI
Yeah.
because they don't have an original thought
No,
that I can see. All they do is copy paste an existing thought.
Yeah, and they should be able to take two thoughts together. So it should be able to give instructions how to build a cake and how to give instructions to build a cake that looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. They should be able to do that. So in other words, design a cake. I don't see too many problems with it being able to figure that out.
But to come up with a whole brand new concept,
Yeah.
I think is out of its depth.
Yep, might well be.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we'll be proved wrong within the next 12 minutes.
Yeah.
So in the next 12 months.
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. Teachers, coaches and therapists.
Yeah, well, I think teachers could have a lot of their roles replaced with AI.
Yeah.
As in kids working off laptops, doing homework, etc., etc.
Well, we saw that during COVID, didn't we?
Exactly, yeah. So they're just sitting online talking to their teacher, could have been talking to AI, and have had better attention because there could have been 12 AIs for 12 kids.
Instead of the one teacher. Yeah. More importantly than that, the AI would be individually tailored for each individual student.
Yeah.
With no extra
Yeah,
cost.
because you would actually know the boundaries of that student.
Yep.
As a feed-in, so part of the prompt, if you like.
Yep.
Would include the boundaries of that
Yep.
student, the age group.
So actually that would improve teaching in reality.
It could well do.
Yep.
That's definitely something we're going to watch. It's not going to help with the social interactions that kids do actually need as well.
Yes.
I mean, anyone that had to grow up in a country school and then go into a big city will know the difficulties
Of interacting in a bigger social scale.
Yeah, and the thing that people have in the cities was like distancing between each other. Everyone's on top of each other, and in the country they're happy to talk across the road to each other. They don't do that. So you cross the road to talk. Don't yell across the road. But let's just say, for example, a teacher could maybe do half their day teaching and half the day is spent with AI looking after the kids. Or even if it was, let's say, Monday to Wednesday with teachers, Thursday and Friday, they could do AI with the kids. Whatever it is. But if we said half the day, that would mean that the teacher only doing 2.5 days of work per week.
Right.
Now, that's not going to happen. What is going to happen is someone else's work is going to be given to that teacher to make it a full week. Now, that person now was also on 2.5 days. Has now just been made redundant. So we've just halved the amount of teachers required. You see how it works? And you could probably say that for just about every single job out there. Any job that can be augmented, and it's something like 54%, in Victoria alone, 54% of jobs can be augmented, means there's you're basically going to be taking work from another person.
Okay, but to offset that, it's also going to create a lot of AI-related jobs.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So, okay, although we're going to lose, by your figures, 13% of the workforce, I don't know how much of that 13% is going to be able to be, retrained, repurposed, whatever you want to call, to go back into the workforce that's related to AI. I can't imagine all 13% will, which means that there will be a net loss.
Yes.
Of workforce.
Yeah.
How big that is hard to tell at this stage.
And if we was to say that it was mostly white collar jobs than blue collar jobs.
Oh, it has to be. It makes perfect sense.
But that's what AI actually tells us. It's going for white collar jobs.
Yep.
Now that means it's overwhelmingly women working in white collar jobs, overwhelmingly men working in blue collar jobs.
That's actually a good point.
So that would mean women are going to get hit quite hard.
They're going to get shafted again.
Yeah, need to retrain. It's going to be a problem and retrain it into something that they might not actually like. Because let's face it, messing around with computers and stuff, it goes back to that thing, isn't it, where men liked working with things,
yes,
women like working with people.
Yep.
Yeah. So those AI jobs that will increase, don't necessarily know they're going to attract women into that industry.
It will create new jobs. It has to, because there has to be not so much coders, because AI will do its own coding.
Yeah. But you still need the regulators.
Yep.
You can't have it going nuts. Ethics controllers.
Yeah, data scientists.
Yeah, data. Again, this is a little bit more than just mundane data input. Now you're looking at like degree level.
That's right.
Stuff now. What are the kids going to do now? So what degree should kids do?
Yeah.
I mean, we
they have
another load of kids leaving school. What do we say to them? This is where you should go. This is what you should do.
Well, whatever it is, it's got to be AI related these days. Otherwise, you're going to be left at the back of the park.
Well, it's a trade.
Well, that's the other thing. Yeah. Trades, from what we see, according to the data,
according to AI,
according to AI, are the safest and most lucrative for the near future. I mean, we're talking six-figure sums for tradies, whereas that was only pie in the sky 20 years ago.
Yeah.
It was white-collar jobs, get a job in the office because that's where you're going to make your good money. And now the whole table's been turned around. If you're a chippy or a sparky or a welder or whatever the hell it is, you're the one that's going to be making the money, not the guy with a pretty suit working in an office.
I guess worryingly of everything, what are the government doing about it?
Well, not very much, because over the last few decades, government has systematically closed down technical schools in secondary school. There used to be technical schools, there used to be high schools. So those were the, more hands-on type of thing. Used to go to technical schools.
Didn't the TAFE, STEM fields in TAFE, they were all...
Well,
they
were like a back door to a degree. In reality, is what the government was, aiming for. But over a period of time, even they were scaled. I think now they're either going to have to radically change that and start putting a whole lot more money back into TAFE again.
Yeah.
Or the country's going to be in deep shit.
With our current unemployment rate, plus another, let's say it was 13%. Of unemployment on top of that in 2030, let's say it was like 20%. So what is 20% going to do? That's an untenable amount of unemployment now. 20% of your population is now unemployed.
They're going to have to find jobs where they're working with their hands, because there'll be a whole lot less jobs working in an office, and I think natural attrition will drive people to that as a matter of course. Because what a computer can't do, only a human can do with their hands. Until robotics comes to that level where they can replace the human
some
hands.
Of those basic jobs, have now gone forever. Like olive picking, it's gone. It's got tree shakers now.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
The white collar jobs are going as well. Unless people are prepared to work and do stuff they really don't want to do now. I haven't seen the government come up with no think tanks. No one seems to be talking about it in government. It's a bit of a hot potato. No one wants to talk about it in government levels or something. But
I can't see AI very quickly replacing oil rig workers out in the middle of the bay.
No, exactly. But no one wants to work out there. That's why the money's so good out there.
Yeah, exactly right. Get a job on an oil rig. If you can get one.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. There'll be like loads of people going for a job on an oil rig. So the supply of potential employees goes up, the demand goes down, and so...
Yeah, actually, that's another point. As the supply of workers wanting to go onto an oil rig, you're currently making a shit ton of money working on an oil rig, but as the time changes and your money is going to go down dramatically because there's so many more people wanting that job.
Who's willing to work for it, do it the cheapest?
Yep, exactly. Harsh reality check. White-collar jobs are under greater threat. We all knew that. The gap between winners and losers will widen dramatically. Keep in mind, we're not talking about 20, 30, 40, 50 years in the future. We're talking the next couple of years.
Yeah.
You want to keep that in mind. In the next couple of years.
Yeah, we really actually need governments to be talking about this now.
It's already too late if they're only still just talking about it.
I just haven't heard any.
Those who learn to work with AI will thrive. If you're on board with AI now, get onto that train and get onto it as much as you can, because those that know AI and know how to work AI and know how to code AI, they're the ones that will keep their job.
Well, imagine if you was a lawyer, for example, and you just needed to know precedents for certain cases.
Well, you have a paralegal in your office. Now you don't. You don't need it anymore.
No, don't need anyone to research it.
There it is.
Yeah. As you're thinking about it, even talk it, then just ask on your phone.
Yep. All paralegals are out of a job.
Yeah, but that lawyer now is like super sought after. This is the lawyer that is using AI to sort of enhance his skills, her skills or whatever. And you think, oh yeah. Yeah. They'll be top of their game. I think, all we're going to have to do is everyone's going to have to learn. I think we're all going to need to take stock of how AI is going to affect our jobs in reality. We can all say, no, it won't affect me, but in reality,
one way or another, it will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? What kind of percent? How can I make my job more productive by using AI and still maintain a full working week? I think that's the way I'd need to look at it. Unless we can actually increase our productivity, I think we can look at even more unemployment.
Well, look, AI isn't going to replace all jobs. Physical trades, anything with emotional intelligence, psychology, that type of stuff, where it takes human interaction, they are reasonably fairly safe. But all physical work, I think, for the near future is safe, but even that is under threat in the medium to long-term future as robotic comes more into play, because that's when the physical jobs will also be replaced.
Yeah. More and more of them, for sure. As far as the robotics will go, it's like, at what point you're looking at, I'm going to choose this as a career. At what point is robotics going to take over?
Yeah. Well, they're going to have this conversation in 10 years that we're having right now.
Yeah.
The next 5 years will separate the prepared from the obsolete.
Yeah, I think it will. Yeah,
and
absolute obsolete.
People are still thinking of this as science fiction and, this is way in the future. Yeah, no, it's not. We're talking the next 2, 3, max 5 years, really are.
There has to be this fundamental shift where it had always been, you want your kids to go to uni, get a degree, so they can work in safety. Because nobody wants their kids to work on construction sites where they're going to get killed, injured, or anything else.
That's right.
No parent wants that for their kids. I get that. But now we have to rethink that we're now at a stage where, my kid needs to actually earn money, and that's going to be in a trade, at risk, on oil rigs, at risk, in the armed
building
forces,
sites,
all these things at risk. Otherwise, they're going to be just unemployed.
Yeah, because that was the norm 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Go to university, get a degree, get an office job where you can wear a suit, not have to work hard.
Yeah, exactly.
And you'll make good money.
Why wouldn't you get your kid on that line?
That's right. Whereas now the tables are turning back again, where now the trades are going to be safe, they're going to be highly paid and employable, and the office trades are basically getting the shaft. You only have to look around, you drive around, and we're talking Melbourne here in Australia, you only have to drive around any of your suburban industrial areas and just open your eyes. You'll see the massive, and I'm not talking one here or there, I'm talking a massive increase in data centres popping up everywhere. Once you see them, once you understand what you're looking at, you won't be able to unsee it. You'll notice them straight away. They're the ones, the building site's going up and it's got a substation right there in front of it. That's the telltale sign. Yeah. It's not just, maybe that's somewhere down in the future, down the line. It's happening now, guys, and within the next 3 to 5 years, you're going to be looking for a new career because you won't have one anymore.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out what you guys think. What job sector is going to be most affected by AI over the next couple of years? Let us know what you think below.
If I was a betting man, and I am, blue collar is safe, white collar is
Let us know what you think. Comment, like, subscribe.
And we'll catch you on the next one, guys.
See ya.
See ya.